rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Bunton.
Here.
Campbell.
Here.
Dempsey.
Here.
Ford.
Here.
Fournier.
Here.
Crop. Here. Menser.
Here. Okay, announcements, acknowledgement, communication and reports. Any from the board? None, but I do have one, just in case. If there's anyone here tonight for the Snowflake Award, that has been changed to January 22nd. So if you did not get your notification, I'm sorry. It was scheduled for tonight by the Beautification Commission. Unfortunately, they did not give us enough notice to put it on the agenda. So it's the 22nd. So just wanted to let you know if there is somebody here from tonight. Okay. Adoption of the agenda.
Move to adopt the agenda as presented.
Support.
Roll call.
Bunton.
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Crop. Yes. Menser.
Yes. Okay. Public participation. This is the time you may address this body. All we ask is that you give us your name, your address, and that you adhere to the 3-minute rule that we have. If there's anybody here for the CBDG hearing, that's going to be separate. So I just wanted to let you know.
Hi, my name is John Emerson, and I live at 190 Clinton River Court. And with the Mount Clemens Public Library, I'm presenting a program in February the 5th, 2019, on Africans in America, in and before my lifetime. My lifetime started August 6, 1939, until today. And the program is going to be at the Mount Clemens Public Library, February 5th at 7 p.m. And two important parts to this is the one lynching in Mount Clemens and the one lynching in Mississippi. And I got newspaper articles in the Macomb Leader from one and the Macomb Daily from the other one.
Okay, sounds interesting. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Sarah Stahl. I live at 89 Grove Park. I am here on behalf of myself and other residents on the street where I live, including the gentleman that came with me, Mark. He's on 90 Grove Park. We have had a bit of a problem on our street for quite some time, and Barb, I was in your office about 4 months ago about the dogs. We have got a family that has 2 and now has acquired a 3rd pit bull. We don't have a problem with pit bulls, but these dogs are at large all the time. The police have been there at least 20 times. Nothing has been done. One time, the dispatch told Mark, go back inside your house when they had a problem. So we don't think we should have to hide in our houses from these dogs. Animal control won't respond. They didn't respond to our problem today. In the past, the only thing they ever said is if the dogs are back in the house by the time we get there, we can't do anything about it. Yesterday, the 3rd dog that they just acquired attacked Mark's service dog. I have a toddler. Sunny, your sister is Vanessa. She has Tristan over there, she's watching. You see I have a toddler. We have little dogs. We can't be afraid in our own street. So I'm coming to you to say, what can we do? The police haven't really done anything. Like I said, they've been there at least 20 times, and if you put up the address, I'm sure you can get record of how many times they've been there. So I'm coming to you to say, what do we do? I'm not gonna live in my own neighborhood afraid of these dogs. So, thank you.
Anyone else?
Good afternoon. My name is Jerry McCain.
Mike.
Good afternoon. My name is Jerry McCain. So I live at 550 Clinton River Drive, Mount Clemens, Michigan. Right, the River Acres Community Group would like some of their community development block grant to be used to purchase 5 rows of the bleachers seat. Well, let's see, that would cost approximately $2,127 to be located by the basketball court of the softball diamond. May I step forward and give you this?
Sure may.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Ruthie Stevenson, 69 Bain Street. First of all, I'd like to wish the city commissioners, and this whole city a blessed and a happy new year. I live on Bain Street, and I've been before this commission before talking about the post office parking. It used to be as high as 65 cars parked down Bain, going around by the apartments, coming from northbound Gratiot onto Clinton River Drive to Meadow. And on Bain, they're parking on both sides of the street. On the other, because it's posted from years prior, they're only parking on one side. Right now, the number of cars is down to about 52, 54 cars. 53, 54 is what it averages. Winter is setting in. Last winter, I had to deal with 2 to 3 feet of snow. As the truck would go down, he would swerve out before he got to my driveway to go down the middle of the street, and you have this whole pile of snow from the guy that has a commercial vehicle, which the ordinance says you're not supposed to park commercial vehicles on the street, but, you know, they say he's licensed and whatever, but still. Dealing with the post office. Our streets don't get done. They don't get swept. He attempts to sweep, but the cars are there, so he just goes down the middle of the street, and where there's no cars, he'll sweep. The neighborhood and I went, and it was a federal holiday. What we did was go and clean out the curbs and put them in, and I commend Jeff, because we didn't use paper bags, we used plastic bags because it was after that date, and he in turn came and picked those up. But, you know, it's getting to be a problem. It's getting to be a safety issue, and I understand that it is a public street, but it is not an all-day public parking lot. And something has to be done. Something has to be done. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. We have no administrative responses. So I need a motion to approve the minutes from previous meetings.
Motion to approve the work session of December 17th, 2018, and the regular commission meeting of December 17th, 2018.
Support.
Campbell.
I'm sorry, roll call.
Campbell.
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Crop. Yes. Menzer.
Yes.
Bunton.
Yes.
All right, general business. 9A, public hearing for the allocation of community block grant, CDBG funding for fiscal year 2019. Need a motion?
Motion to open the public hearing for the allocation of community development block grant funding for fiscal year 2019.
Support.
It is expected that the City of Mount Clemens will receive an allocation of $64,834 in CDBG funding for the 2019 fiscal year. The purpose of this agenda item is to elicit public input from residents and nonprofit organizations on how these dollars should be spent within the city. Notice of the public hearing, which is attached, was published in the Macomb Daily. Also attached is a list of the nonprofit applications that have been pre-approved by the county.
Okay, this is a public hearing, so you may come forward and address this body.
Hello everyone, my name is Mark Henderson, and I'm representing, once again, the Macomb County Warming Center and the Ray Folk Day Center. First, I'd like to thank you for your wonderful support over the past 2 years by helping us help improve Mount Clemens by helping the homeless. I know we are starting our 7th week, and by the way, our office is based right here in Mount Clemens, actually right next door. I know that the Sheriff's Department is very happy that we're there because they can bring people there who are basically shacking up in store owners, front yards, backyards, residence places and stuff like that. Just to give you a little recap, so far, you might read these one point time head counts. I think last year's number from Macomb County was 42. We've already provided shelter for 298 homeless people in Macomb County. So, and we're only in week 6. Last year we reached almost 700. So basically what that translates into, since we opened up in November, We provided 2,252 shelter nights and about 4,500 meals, okay? On top of that, the shelter is the Band-Aid. It is necessary. There are an awful lot of people, if you walk around downtown, anybody with a backpack, they're not a student, they're homeless, even if they don't look homeless. A lot of people are in that situation not because it's their fault. That's what we do at the Ray of Hope. We help people bridge their barriers to get them back housed. A lot of senior citizens don't realize that they qualify for senior housing. I can't tell you how many people we've guided in that respect. A lot of people, most of them suffer from some sort of a mental illness, and what we do is work very hard to connect these people with other organizations who have federal funding to help provide permanent supportive housing for these individuals, and they don't even know it exists. So we're working to do that. This year we're asking for $3,000. What that money will be used for is quite a bit of it is used. I have a policy. When I'm helping somebody job hunt, okay, their biggest complaint is, well, how am I going to get there? Well, I'll tell them, and I make this promise. I'll give you enough bus tickets to get to your first paycheck, and then we'll go from there and I'll help you if you need it. A lot of people, they get a factory job. They need a pair of steel-toe boots. They need some safety glasses. That's what we use that money for, is to help people get off the streets, get back, become taxpayers again. And at this point, I'd like to just wonder if anybody has any questions about the program, about the shelter, or anything like that.
I do.
Yes.
The warming center, now, you use the churches
Correct.
through McCrest for the housing, am I correct?
Well,
Or do you have
McCrest
something
is different
separate?
than us.
I know McCrest
Yeah.
is different, but
Right.
do you have separate warming shelters, or where you send them to?
We're covering 20 weeks through a network of 19 churches,
Okay,
okay? We
And-
rotate every Sunday to a different church,
okay.
and we're
So,
spread all throughout Macomb County. We have 4 churches right here in Mount Clemens that host, including your neighbor in Clinton Township, St. Louis Church.
okay, so you have 4 churches here.
Right
So you're
about
really not connected with McCrest then, and their
We're
warming
good-
centers?
We're good friends.
Okay,
Big
that's it,
right.
okay. Yeah,
We-
it's confusing to me because
See,
there's 2 or 3
yeah,
different ones.
Okay, just to clarify, McRest takes the families, okay, and they do background checks, they do breathalyzers, they do drug tests. They can't take criminal sex offenders, they can't take bank robbers, anything like that, because there's children. That's where the need came. Macomb County actually came to us 18 years ago and asked someone to do this. So we picked up the baton and did it. We take everybody else. We take 18 and over only. We don't do a background check. We don't breathalyze. We don't drug test. However, if we have trained staff overnight too. That's also a big cost. A couple of them are retired police officers, and they know what to look for. What we do is if somebody is too intoxicated to function, we don't throw them out in the cold. We call EMS, and they're happy to come and get them, take them into the hospital, get them detoxed. If somebody is acting so belligerent that they're just being violent, then we call our good friends who work for Sheriff Workersham, and they'll come and put them up for the night. So we basically, that's why we could have up to upwards of 100 people in one night. So,
Okay,
any other questions?
thank you.
Thank you.
Can I share some information?
Thank you. Thanks, Dory.
Good evening. My name is Dory Vasquez Nolan. I'm the Executive Director of the Macomb County Child Advocacy Center, also known as Care House. Our main location is located in downtown Mount Clemens, and our services are focused on child victims of sexual abuse, physical abuse, and children that may have been a witness to a violent crime. We work with all law enforcement jurisdictions in Macomb County. We're one of 37 child advocacy centers accredited in the state of Michigan currently, serving over 50 counties and one of over 800 in the United States. As I said, we work with all law enforcement jurisdictions in Macomb County, as well as the FBI, Homeland Security, and Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Children's Protective Services, the Macomb County Prosecutor's Office, medical and mental health professionals, and other child welfare agencies in the state, or determined by the case. Over 1 million children in our country suffer from abuse and neglect each year, and child sexual abuse is an epidemic. More children suffer from the trauma of sexual abuse than from asthma and autism combined. Experts agree that the actual number of victims is difficult to determine and probably much higher than what is reported. At Care House, we see over 700 children each year, just from Macomb County, and the cases that we see range from kid-on-kid touching or other sexual contact, the perpetration of sexual abuse on children by adults, serial sex abusers, otherwise known as pedophiles, children who suffer repeated, frequent, and sadistic forms of sexual abuse, physical abuse, and torture, sometimes with the knowledge of a parent who is failing to protect them. We also see cases increasingly of child pornography and sex trafficking. Over 90% of child victims do know their abuser, and those who molest children look and act just like everyone else. Abusers can be neighbors, friends, coaches, teachers, clergy, parents, or other family members. They can be adults or children. They can be men or women. The children we serve come from every community in Macomb County, and they were spared the trauma of multiple forensic interviews and provided with the tools they need to help them heal and move forward. After a forensic interview, Care House offers follow-up services for the child victims and their non-offending family members, intervening to promote healing and to help the families cope with the emotional stress and trauma that is caused not only by the acts of abuse, but by the investigative process. Our support services include crisis counseling, child safety assessments, parent and child support groups, trauma-focused therapy sessions, family advocacy, access to forensic medical examinations, referrals to other needed community services, and as the local council in Macomb County for the Michigan Children's Trust Fund, Care House also offers child abuse prevention, information, and training for professionals and for the community at large. Families are never charged for any of the services that they receive at Care House, and we will provide services to all referred children. I'm proud to report, according to our last most recent independent financial audit, that 84 cents of every dollar that comes to Care House is specifically devoted towards our programs of serving children and families. Now, after conducting interviews in one location for 22 years, I'm really excited to announce that we have opened a second location, a satellite center in the city of Warren. Our new Victim and Family Service Center will bring those critical services, including forensic interviews, therapy, and support groups, directly to the large population in the southern part of our county, for whom we had noticed in the past transportation had been a barrier to providing services. Our new satellite office has also freed up space in our schedule in Mount Clemens, which allows us to serve central Macomb County and northern Macomb County much faster. Since our opening, we've conducted over 7,000 child forensic interviews, and 242 of those children were residents of Mount Clemens. In 2017, we conducted 605 forensic interviews. 27 of those children were residents of Mount Clemens, and last year we conducted 753 forensic interviews, with 31 of those children being residents of Mount Clemens. We do depend on the support of the community to provide a voice for child victims and a safe place for them to be heard. We're very grateful to be your neighbor in Mount Clemens, and we hope that you will consider our request this year in the amount of $6,000 to support services for 10 child victims and their families who would be residents of Mount Clemens. If anyone's interested in more information on Care House, we invite you to follow our Facebook page or visit our website at www.mccarehouse.org. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions? Thanks. Anyone else? Okay. Seeing none, I need a motion to close public hearing.
Move to close the public hearing for the allocation of community development block grant funding for fiscal year 2019.
Support.
Roll call.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Crop. Yes. Menser.
Yes.
Bunton.
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
9B was removed. 9C, request approval of the agreement for the Macomb County Animal Shelter Services. Need a motion?
Move to approve the attached agreement for Macomb County Animal Shelter Services as presented.
Support.
Each year, the county sets fees for animal shelter services provided by the county. The fees are adjusted based upon inflation and the Michigan Department of Agriculture required holding times for stray pets. The fees are set for the entire county and cannot be negotiated by individual municipalities. The only other option available to a municipality would be to opt out of this contract and provide the services themselves, which the city is currently not equipped to perform. This contract has been reviewed by the city attorney.
Questions, comments? Seeing none, roll call.
Crop.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ford. It should be Ford.
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Crop.
Yes.
Menser.
Yes.
Bunton.
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes. Motion approved. 9D, approve purchase and payments of invoices.
Move to approve purchases and payment of invoices as presented.
Support. Any questions, comments? Commissioner Menser?
I just wanted to know about the street sweeper parts, and I wondered if this cost was from the accident where our street sweeper got rear-ended, and if insurance is eventually going to pay that back.
Yeah, that's correct. That's what prompted those costs, was an accident. And the vehicle that hit that, there is cost being ensued through that insurance company.
Okay.
Any other? Roll call.
Fournier.
Yes.
Crop.
Yes.
Menser.
Yes.
Bunton.
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Consent agenda. There is none. Okay, we'll approve that one. City manager's report.
The next issue of the Clementine's newsletter is scheduled for delivery in the Journal newspaper on January 9th, 2019. City offices will be closed on Monday, January 21st, 2019, in observance of the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. Therefore, the next regularly scheduled City Commission meeting will be held on Tuesday, January 22nd, 2019. Refuse pickup will remain on schedule during the week of January 21st. Christmas trees will be collected by the city's refuse contractor on your regularly scheduled refuse pickup day through January 26, 2018. Please make sure the tree is bare and not in a plastic bag when placed at the curb for pickup. And just a reminder that it's time to renew animal licenses. The 2019 dog and cat licenses are available in the treasurer's office. A penalty fee is added to any license renewed after February 28, 2019.
Questions? Okay, let's go on to, oh, there aren't any commissioner comments? Commissioner comments. Mr. Campbell, Commissioner Campbell.
The only thing I have is that I was shocked to hear about that dog situation, so I hope that something can be done about it. That's it.
Thank you. Commissioner Crop.
Ditto what Commissioner Campbell said. Hopefully that we can have a solution for Grove Park residents. It sounds like they're being held a bit hostage by the dogs, so hopefully that can be resolved. I also wanted to remind everyone that I have coffee talk dates on January 15th at John's Family Grill, 9:30 a.m. It's a Tuesday. If you can't attend that, then we will have an evening coffee talk on the 17th at Bath City Bistro. So we're changing it up a little bit for the new year, and hopefully you can join us at one of those dates. Oh, one more
What
thing.
time?
What was
Oh,
the time?
sorry, 7 p.m. Thank you. And I also wanted to wish interim city manager, Ms. Borges, a happy birthday.
And same to you.
Commissioner Button.
Okay, I guess I'll just start with, according to Google, the bizarre and unique holidays for the month of January. January month long is National Blood Donors Month, and that's a good time for people to give. You don't have to pay for that. That's something you can do by just going in and giving blood, and that blood that you give may save lives. So we encourage you to take part in that. National Bath Safety Month. I guess that's specifically to help prevent infant drownings, and that happens a lot. So that's something to consider as well. And then special days, January 9th, the second Wednesday of January. The goal is to encourage us to improve our health by leaving the elevator or the escalator behind and walking up and down the stairs to improve our health. One day is not enough, but it's a beginning, so let's try to do that. January 13th, Make Your Dreams Come True Day. A day for you to do something to realize your goals and dreams. This day is the perfect day to do something that will move you closer to making that dream come true. And that's something that should be every day. Take a shot at your best shot at coming to your goals, doing the things that will help you get to your goals. And then January 21st, Martin Luther King Day. It's observed the third Monday of January. This day honors the birth of Martin Luther King. He was actually born January 15th, and that would be in 1929. He was one of the greatest social activists the world has ever known. At 35, he became the youngest person to win the Nobel Peace Prize. Thank you. Help me. Tonight is a good day for football. The college championship will be decided, and Clemson University versus University of Alabama. Don't know who you're rooting for, but I plan to get there and watch the game. And with that, I'll say, oh, I got one more thing. Commissioner Wisdom, can't leave that out. If you are more fortunate than others around you, it is more honorable that you build a longer table than to build a taller fence. Think about that one. And with that, we'll say good night.
Thank you. Commissioner Fournier.
Thank you. I too hope that we can do something about the dog situation. As a walker, it's always very scary when you're walking down the street and a dog comes racing at you, and you hope there's one of those invisible fences there, but if there's not, you know, it's a scary situation. So I hope we can do something about that, or the owners themselves do something about it. I'd also like to know what we can do or why we can't do anything about the situation on Bain with the post office, people using it as a parking lot for their employee parking. It seems to me that that's not what the street is for, and we have plenty of parking lots around that perhaps we can work something out with, but hopefully we can look into that as well. And with that, I wish everyone a Happy New Year. Hope it's a productive, healthy, happy one. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Ford.
I too would like to have a situation about Grove Park. I have a sister there. She tells me everything else, but she never mentioned about the dogs. And next, I would like to thank the mayor and Ms. Weiss for a beautiful New Year's Eve fireworks. They were really nice.
Thank you.
Too bad for the little kids, they had to stand out in the rain, but at 11 o'clock, it was nice outside. That's my comments.
Thank you. Commissioner Menzer.
So, we had a little interesting Christmas. My little man, who's 10 now, he asked me for a Nikon camera. I might have told you guys this, but he asked for a Nikon camera, and I said to him, what do you want to take pictures of with that Nikon camera? Because that's a pretty expensive camera. He said that he wanted to take pictures of his dad's nose because it was big and hairy. So, because I love my brother immensely, I went and I bought my little man an Instamatic camera, just like the old Polaroids, and it prints pictures immediately. I probably have now about 20 shots of my brother's nose. I bought him the roll of film that has 100 pictures on it, so I'm sure we'll get many more. So we had a very interesting night, Christmas night at the Menser household. The city has some great bars and restaurants, and they all had something going on New Year's Eve. O'Halloran's was packed, Madison's had quite a few people in it, Abibbo's was packed, Your Mother's had quite a good crowd in it. There was a lot of good places to go. Bath City had people in it. There was a lot of really good places to go to have a nice meal, to maybe have a cocktail or not, and then enjoy the fireworks. I hope that some of you went down and took advantage of it. And that's what I have tonight. Oh, wait, we're going to do it again. Commissioner Button mentioned blood drive. The Mount Clemens Public Library had a blood drive on the 3rd. There were 45 donors. That was more donors than they've had ever at the Mount Clemens Public Library. At the end of the day, they turned several away because there were so many people willing to donate blood. They were very happy with that blood drive. It went really well. They took my blood, and there was quite a few other people from the library and residents that I recognized donating blood. So if you did come down to that, thank you. It was a great day.
Thank you. I do also want to thank the DDA for wonderful fireworks. Unfortunately, we had a lot of fog for the children, and about 8:45, it was just drizzling, so we went out there. By 9 o'clock, the rain was so heavy it was coming through the umbrellas. So needless to say, the only thing we could hear is pop, and every once in a while you'd see a little sparkle here, a little sparkle there. But that's about all you could see for the kids. So unfortunately, I think they had fun. Kids have fun no matter whether it's raining or not. They were riding the train and doing everything. But like Commissioner Ford said, come 11 o'clock, the sky cleared. It was as clear as, I couldn't believe it, how quick that happened. And we had a great crowd out there. The weather was pretty good. It wasn't too cold. And I think everybody enjoyed themselves. And the fireworks were fantastic as always. So if you missed it this year, there's always next year. So that's all I have. And well, I guess I do want to wish everybody a happy 2019, a healthy 2019. I think that's so important. We can be happy, but if we're not healthy, you don't have anything then. So I hope everybody has a good, healthy 2019, and we'll see you around. And that's it. I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Support.
Oh, everyone, hi. Anybody want to stay? Meeting adjourned.